Welcome to El Salvador. I'm Thomas, your guide on this marvelous journey filled with history, culture, and natural beauty. In this small corner of Central America, you'll discover the warmth of its people, the richness of its traditions, and the diversity of its landscapes. From the golden beaches of Costa del Sol to the towering green mountains of the Ruta de las Flores, every corner of El Salvador tells a unique story. Immerse yourself in the authenticity of its towns, savor the delicious local cuisine, and be captivated by the vibrant urban life in San Salvador. Get ready for an unforgettable experience in El Salvador, where every moment is an adventure waiting to be discovered. Let's embark on this exploration together.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andy, and I'll be joining you along with Thomas on this fascinating journey through El Salvador. Get ready to explore the beauty, culture, and excitement that this incredible country has to offer. Come on!
El Salvador. It borders Honduras to the north and east, Guatemala to the west, and the Pacific Ocean to the south. To the east, it has a maritime border with Nicaragua in the Gulf of Fonseca, where it has 9 islands. The official language in El Salvador, and also the most spoken, is Spanish. Less than 1% of Salvadorans speak the traditional Nahuatl language. The currency of El Salvador is the United States dollar, USD. In El Salvador, the Catholic religion has a congregation of around 75% of the population, while other Christian churches account for about 20%. Due to its tropical location, El Salvador has only 2 well-defined seasons throughout most of the territory: the dry season, during which rainfall is almost non-existent and occurs only in higher mountainous areas of the country, and the rainy season, during which there is a considerable increase in rainfall during the winter months.
So far, we have an overview of El Salvador. What do you think? Now, let's move on to its current situation. Let's go!
Current situation in El Salvador. El Salvador is a presidential republic. The country has experienced modest economic growth in recent decades. After oil, the most important economic activity is agriculture and forestry, mainly due to the employed population. Other significant sectors include construction, trade, services, and tourism. How is El Salvador socially? National poverty rates show a varied picture. The moderate poverty rate remains relatively stable, close to the level recorded before the pandemic, while the extreme poverty rate increased in 2022. While insecurity and violence were the most significant issues in 2021, they decreased in 2022. On the contrary, economic problems are the main concern. Unfortunately, El Salvador also has one of the highest murder rates globally. Transportation and ways to travel through El Salvador. Traveling by bus in El Salvador can take you practically anywhere in the country. What to do and see in El Salvador? An attractive day trip from San Salvador is the Ruta de las Flores, where you can admire charming colonial cities, towns, and coffee plantations. We recommend stopping in lively villages like Nahuazalco, where buildings are decorated with murals. Los Chorros is a set of natural pools that cascade from imposing volcanic cliffs and are surrounded by ferns, flowers, and moss. We recommend visiting La Gran Via, an open-air shopping center with a variety of shops, restaurants, cinemas, music venues, pubs, and live events. Typical Salvadoran food to try pupusas. These simple corn or rice flour tortillas are filled with a variety of tasty fillings such as cheese, refried beans, pork cracklings, or loroco.
Absolutely! El Salvador indeed has a very interesting culture, don't you think? Now, let's delve into some of its curiosities. Let's go!
Curiosities about El Salvador. 1. Also known as the Land of Volcanoes, El Salvador is known as the Land of Volcanoes due to having more than 20 volcanoes in its territory, including 2 currently active ones, San Miguel and Izalca. 2. The soccer war against Honduras. El Salvador and Honduras experienced an armed conflict known as the Soccer War, occurring between July 14 and 18, 1969. Despite coinciding with a football match for the 1970 World Cup qualification, it was not due to football but had political reasons. 3. Cerro Pidal is its highest point. Geographically, El Salvador has various points of interest. The highest point in the country is Cerro Pidal, measuring 2,730 meters above sea level. 4. One of its largest lakes, Copec, is in a volcanic crater, surrounded by extensive hilly forests, making it one of the country's main tourist destinations. 5. The meaning of the flag of El Salvador. The flag consists of 3 equal horizontal stripes, with the central one being white and the outer ones cobalt blue. Blue represents the patriotic sky and the oceans surrounding the Central American Isthmus, while white symbolizes peace, harmony, and concord among the country and its people. 6. Another curiosity is El Salvador's national bird, the tortugas, a bird of unique color and beauty. 7. For species of turtles, El Salvador has 4 turtle species nesting on its coasts: the leatherback turtle, olive ridley turtle, green turtle, and hawksbill turtle. In warm and humid coastal areas, you can also find iguanas, armadillos, and snakes, while the cloud forest is home to spider monkeys, anteaters, jaguars, bears, and a variety of bird species. 8. A surfing paradise. If you are a surfing enthusiast, you'll know that one of El Salvador's curiosities is being a favorite destination for those who practice this water sport. Numerous surfing championships have been held in the country, although football remains the favorite sport of the population. 9. The first female presidential candidate. El Salvador was the place where the first woman ran for president in all of Latin America. This occurred in 1930, and her name was Prudencia Ayala. 10. Joya de Cerén, the only UNESCO World Heritage Site. Joya de Cerén is the only site designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in the country. It was a community that, like Pompeii and Herculaneum, was buried under volcanic ash from the Laguna Caldera eruption in 600 AD. The exceptional preservation of these remains makes it a magnificent source of information about pre-Columbian daily life. 11. Mestizo customs. Adding to the curiosities of El Salvador, many of the country's music, dances, and cultural expressions result from the mix of African, indigenous, and European influences.
Wow, Thomas! The curiosities of El Salvador are incredible. Now, let's go back in time and explore its history. Let's go!
History of El Salvador. The history of El Salvador is rich and complex. Before the arrival of the Spaniards in 1524, the region was inhabited by indigenous peoples such as the Pipil and Lenca. After colonization, El Salvador became part of the Viceroyalty of New Spain. On September 15, 1821, El Salvador and other Central American countries declared their independence from Spain. However, the union with Mexico was short-lived, and it later joined the Central American Federation, which was also brief. In 1841, El Salvador became an independent country. Throughout the 20th century, El Salvador experienced political and social tensions, including armed conflicts and dictatorship. The Civil War, 1979 to 1992, left deep scars, with serious human rights violations. Since the end of the conflict, El Salvador has faced economic and social challenges. In 2001, the country adopted the United States dollar as its official currency to stabilize the economy. In recent times, there has been a focus on economic development and citizen participation. Despite challenges, El Salvador continues to write its history with hope and determination towards a better future.
Well, that was all about El Salvador. Now, let's go to some questions to have fun. Let's go! Thanks for joining us on this journey. I hope you've enjoyed the blend of history and charm. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and, of course, subscribe for more adventures. See you at the next destination. Bye for now.